Loose Lounge, where I guess not a lot of people, when it comes to talking about the subject that our guest here is a very good expert at, death, people are real, shall we say, loose about.
First of all, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I've certainly been studying it for the last 20 years, both as an ordained interfaith minister and as a funeral director, a bereavement and end-of-life counselor. The bar scene actually is an interesting similarity to how the din of life out there, the noise and the overload of information, there's so much going on. We're all kind of jaded, but in the midst of that, people have either conscious or unconscious feelings about their own approaching death. And certainly when one person close to you dies or finds out they're dying, somehow that cuts through all the noise. And most people stop and step back into how fragile and precious it all is, and pretty much cuts out all the crap. And you realize, gee, that might have been the last time I saw that person, or gee, I wish that wasn't the last time I did see that person or spoke to that person. So death and dying have a way of cutting through and bringing us right down to what's real and what's important.
I'm telling, and the thing is, though, because a lot of people don't really understand, don't really have the emotional, mental, psychological wherewithal to approach a subject like this at times.
Agree with that.
Well,
everybody does, if they're willing to go there.
Well, I'm saying, because some people have little difficulties, guys like you come along and you have events. Is that correct?
That is correct. We have the only nonprofit funeral home in the state of Hawaii. It's also the only certified green funeral home in the state of Hawaii. It's out in Haiku. One of the things we've done is expanded the function of a funeral home to actually be an educational resource center. We have books, we have a lending library, we have a lot of free counseling services, we have a lot of people on staff, counselors, a doctor, trained volunteers. But along with that, we go out into the community and do community presentations. This week we're doing a big community presentation. We did it last weekend on Kauai, this week on Maui, my hometown, and next few weeks Oahu and the Big Island. And this particular one's called Spirituality, Sustainability, and Death, because all three of those topics are all really interrelated and interwoven, and death is hardly ever included in the conversation. And I think that's the elephant in the room. Saturday night is the intro presentation, Makua Union Church Hall, 7 p.m. We'll do 2 hours there. The next day we'll go deeper into a 4-hour workshop at the Temple of Peace, 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And what I say is this is for people who are dying, their families, their communities, people who are grieving, people who work in these fields, and then I say, and for anyone who may die one day.
Well, I'll tell you what, I hope you have a good turnout this weekend, but I know for you, any day above ground is a good turnout, correct?
Absolutely. The next breath is the most important one.
Bodhi B, thanks for coming on. Good luck this week.
Appreciate it, Shaggy.
Well, for everyone else, stay close, because we're going to come back with our second guest of the show, as well as get ready to wrap up our whole